Hello everyone, my name is Leanne and today is day 3 of our 5-day split series, so welcome. Today we'll be focused all on quads and inner thighs, both the flexibility and the strength. As I've said in the past videos, flexibility and strength helps complement each other and keeps us nice and stable through the stretches, so we'll be doing both. For split, the reason why we care about our quad flexibility is that we have 4 main quad muscles, and one of the muscles, the rectus femoris, crosses over between the hip and the knee. So they cross. And in order for us to access the full range of a split, the flexibility through the quads helps you to fully extend your back leg. So for that reason, we care about quad flexibility. As for the inner thighs, we really want them to be strong so that we can stabilize the hips and have our hips nice and squared in a split. So the inner thighs come into play with that strengthening. It's also very common for people to not have super strong inner thighs. So it's also going to be a big focus is really strengthening your inner thighs. And so before we begin, make sure to we'll do 2 blocks and 1 strap. And if you don't have blocks, books, anything sturdy, and if you don't have a strap, long sleeve t-shirt will be great. Once you have your props, we'll go ahead and get started on your back. Have your blocks near you too, towards the back of your mat, and lie all the way down. Bring your feet together, spread open your knees. So right away, we'll get started on stretching your inner thighs. You may also feel this in other areas of your body, which is fine too. If you need support, and this feels very intense, you'll take a block in each hand and place it underneath your knees, your legs for support through your stretch. Otherwise, no blocks. Now, if you need to intensify the stretch, you'll take your hands, place them right in your inner thighs, and add a little pressure down. Shoulders down the back. And we'll hold here for a few breaths. Good, breathe in. Breathe out. Take another inhale in. And a long exhale out. Good. Start to close your knees in through center and grab 1 block and place it between your inner thighs. So we'll start to engage your inner thighs by squeezing the block. So when you squeeze the block, you get that inner thigh activation. Heels will dig down and hips will lift. Keep squeezing your block, so don't let the block get loose. And you'll pulse your hips up for 10, 9, 8. Keep squeezing your block. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold the hips up. Now squeeze the block in. So inner thighs squeeze in and you'll pulse in as you squeeze the block. Squeeze for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Squeeze and hold it. Keep squeezing the block, hips lift. Good. Now you'll bring the weight into your right foot, hips are still lifted, and start to lift your left leg up. And again, you're holding the block between your legs, so your inner thighs really have to squeeze together, hip presses up, and we're just holding here, knee aligned, left knee or left leg aligned with your right knee, right hip up, keep squeezing the block, and we'll squeeze with the pulse. Squeeze for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Left heel lowers, keep the hips up, keep squeezing the block. Weight goes into the left heel, hover your right leg up, squeeze the block between your legs so it doesn't release, and we'll squeeze in. So you're pulsing in, squeeze for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Right foot down, Final lift of the hips, and then squeeze the block a little tighter and lower your hips down. Release the block and grab for behind your right knee. Extend the left leg onto the mat for a half happy baby. You can grab for the outer edge of your right foot or behind your right thigh and pull your right knee out to the right towards your right armpit to really help stretch your right inner thigh. After all that activation we did, we get a nice stretch. Left thigh presses into the mat. Good. Whew. Take your right knee and drop it over to the left across your body for a supine twist. We're just here to counter the stretch. Add a little twist to the spine. And then place your hips back into the mat. Right leg is long. Grab for behind your left thigh or outside your left foot. Knee towards your left armpit. Bring the knee right outside the side of your left rib cage. So we can really get your left inner thigh here. And again, if you feel it in other parts of your body, that's completely fine. One of the common things I see with students is thinking they should be feeling things in certain areas and not other areas. All of our bodies are made differently. And as long as it's not painful or causing possible injury, it's a good stretch. Take your left knee, drop it over to the right across your body for a nice supine twist to counter. Whew. Place your hips back into the mat, knees bent. Hug your knees to your chest, rock and roll up your spine, up and down, and come up to a seated position. Tabletop pose, place your hands down, bring your knees back, so let's stack shoulders and wrist. Curl your toes, downward dog. Lift and lower your heels, 1 foot at a time. Come back to stillness in your downward dog. Shift your gaze between your thumbs. Walk your feet to your hands at the top of your mat and lengthen your spine halfway and forward fold. Exhale. Chair pose. Knees will bend. Hips come nice and low. Arms reach up. Stay nice and low in your chair. Navel to spine, hips to or weight in your heels. And keep your left knee bent. Wrap your right leg over your left. So the inner thighs press together, thighs. Right big toe is going to rest. If you have the balance, you can wrap your right foot around your right calf, but I care more about the inner thigh activation versus the balance right now. So squeeze inner thighs. Cactus your arms. We'll complete the eagle with right leg or right arm underneath left. You can either hug yourself or bind your hands in the eagle. So from here, squeeze the hands or shoulders together. Squeeze your inner thighs together. Good. Start to rise up with your right knee to your chest. You can release your arms up to the ceiling. And warrior 3, your right leg will start to kick back. Good. Dial the right hip down, navel's in. Step into a high lunge pose. Your left knee is bent. Hips are low through the high lunge. Arms are up to the ceiling. And warrior 2. Open out your hips. Left knee will bend. Make sure your left knee doesn't cave in. You can see your left big toe as the left knee maybe goes slightly to the left. If you can't see it already, belly pulls in. Flip your left palm up and reverse your warrior. Reach your left arm up and back for a nice side body stretch. And cartwheel your hands down to frame your left foot at the top of your mat and kick your left leg up to the ceiling. Bend your left knee, open up your hip, left knee points up. And on your exhale, hook your left knee over to your right tricep. So you're crossing your body and you'll kick your left leg out to the right, right arm up to the ceiling. And so I'm just going to switch orientation real quick so you can see me. So left leg to the right, right arm is high. From here, you'll start to pull your hips back and lift your left leg up. And we'll do 5 lifts. So lift, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right hand down, left leg back up. Downward facing dog, lower your left foot down. Breathe in through your nose. Exhale out through your mouth. Gaze between your thumbs, walk your feet to your hands, top of your mat, and take your halfway lift, spine lengthens, and forward fold, exhale. Chair pose, round two, knees bend, hips back, arms up. Nice and low here, weight is in your heels. And now this time, you'll wrap your left leg over your right leg, right knee stays bent, thighs pressed together, so you're engaging. And you'll do left arm underneath right. Hug or bind, showing the arm versions. And squeeze together as the hips pull back. Very good. Rise up with your left knee to your chest, arms up to the ceiling so you can release your eagle arms and kick back into a warrior three. Left leg is back and chest is forward. Step into a high lunge, left foot steps back, arms up to the ceiling, hips are low. Great, warrior two, right knee will bend. A lot of quad strengthening happening right now. Flip your right palm up and reverse. Keep the bend in your right knee as the right arm reaches back. And cartwheel your hands down to frame your right foot at the top of your mat. Three-legged dog, your right leg goes up, bend your right knee, open up your hip. So right knee points to the ceiling. And exhale, hook your right knee to your left tricep. Cross your body. Kick the right leg out to the left, nice and long. Reach your left arm up to the ceiling and press up through your hips here. And now pull your hips back. Start to close them in. Hover the right leg up. So we're getting the adductors, your inner right thigh. Lower the right foot, lift up. 3 more lifts. 2, last one, left hand down, right leg up, downward dog, right foot lowers. Tabletop pose, knees to the mat. Now you'll take your strap, have it at the front of your mat with you, and step your right foot outside your right hand. And start to walk your left knee back so the left hip can melt down. You'll stay on your hands, take your strap or your long sleeve in your right hand. And this is if you decide to use the strap, you may not even need it. You'll reach your right arm up to the ceiling and all the way back. You'll start to bend your left knee. When you bend your left knee, take it slow. Maybe, and it may not even lift. If this is like painful, don't even bend your left knee. But if it's not painful, slowly bend. And we're not forcing it. That's how we get injured. It's a slow progression. So when you reach back for your left foot, if it's far out of reach, you'll hook the strap around your left foot. So just wrap it around, and then you can pull the strap in for a deep stretch. If you can reach your foot, go ahead and do that and drop the strap, and then open your right shoulder back as heel slowly comes to the glute. Notice if you dip in your left shoulder, press the mat away from you. Slowly release the left foot down, lower your right hand back down, and bring your right knee back into a tabletop. We'll adjust with hips over knees, shake that all out. Good, last stretch. Bring the strap into your left hand now if you're using it, and step your left foot. Step your left foot outside your left hand and walk the right knee back so the right hip can melt down for a hip flexor stretch. Now, the secret to the quad stretch is keeping the weight above your right knee. So the more you bring your right knee back, the lower your right hip is, the less pressure there is on your right knee. However, if the flexibility isn't in your right hip yet, that's fine. You just have to move through it slowly. So reach your left arm up and back. Slowly bend your right knee. And then if you want to, you can hook strap around foot. If it's difficult, to reach for your right foot, or you can do left hand to the right foot for a stretch. Open the left part of your chest back so you get nice and deep into the stretch. Good. Again, stay lifted out of your right shoulder. Remove the strap if you have it. Lower the right foot down slowly. Lower your left hand down. Tabletop pose. Left knee comes back. Shake that all out. And then take a seat. Okay. So that was day 3, all about the quads and inner thighs. Please make sure to go do the split video so you get your split in. Like I've said before, to get your split, we're doing the split every single day of the challenge. So please don't skip that. Practice your split and make sure to like and subscribe to my channel so you're in the knowing of when the remaining challenge days comes out and other new content that I'll be sharing. Thank you all. Namaste.